Mary used to love shopping. A little retail therapy here, a few impulse purchases there. Because why not? But one day, she looked around her home and thought, where did all this stuff come from? Her kitchen cabinets were overflowing with gadgets she never used. Her closet was packed, yet she always reached for the same 5 outfits. And don't even get her started on the junk drawer. That thing had taken on a life of its own. Sound familiar? After 60, something shifts. You realize you don't need more stuff. You need more peace, more space, and more financial freedom. So today, we're talking about 10 things you should stop buying after 60. Not just to save money, but to simplify your life and create a clutter-free home. Ready? Let's dive in. 1. Trendy clothes. I'll only wear once. Let's be honest, fast fashion is for teenagers. Mary used to love shopping for bold prints, flashy accessories, and trendy outfits that looked stunning on the mannequin, but never quite worked once she got them home. Every season, she found herself tempted by the latest styles, convinced that a new outfit would make her feel fresh and youthful. But then she noticed something. Her closet was overflowing with barely worn clothes, and yet, every morning, she felt like she had nothing to wear. One day, while cleaning out her wardrobe, she laid everything out on her bed and asked herself, how many of these clothes do I actually love wearing? The answer was shocking. Less than half. That's when she made a new rule. Only buy what truly fits her life and makes her feel amazing. Instead of buying trendy, uncomfortable outfits that would be outdated in a year, she started focusing on classic, well-fitting pieces. A few high-quality staples that worked for any occasion. A perfectly tailored jacket, a comfortable yet stylish dress, and timeless accessories that never went out of style. The results? Getting dressed became effortless. She always felt confident in what she was wearing. And, bonus, she stopped wasting money on clothes that sat in the back of her closet. So, before you pick up another trendy piece, ask yourself, will I still love this next year? If not, leave it in the store. Your future self will thank you. 2. Kitchen gadgets that seem useful but aren't. Mary used to believe she needed a gadget for everything. She had an avocado slicer, a mini waffle maker, a cherry pitter, a tool just for peeling oranges. If it existed, she probably had it. Her kitchen drawers were stuffed with specialty tools she had used once or twice and then forgotten about. And yet, every time she needed a simple knife or measuring cup, she had to dig through a sea of clutter just to find it. One day, while searching for a can opener, she realized something ridiculous. She couldn't even open the drawer all the way because there were too many unused gadgets jammed inside. That was her wake-up call. She decided, if a regular knife can do the job, I don't need a special gadget for it. Now, instead of cluttering her kitchen with one-use tools, she sticks to a few high-quality essentials: a sharp knife, a sturdy cutting board, a whisk, and a solid set of measuring spoons. And guess what? Her kitchen feels bigger, cooking is easier, and, bonus, she saved hundreds of dollars. So before you buy another kitchen gadget, ask yourself, will I actually use this more than once? Or is it just going to take up space? If it's not a game changer, save your money and your drawer space. 3. Cheap shoes that hurt my feet. Mary used to fall for a bargain. If she saw a cute pair of shoes on sale, she'd grab them, only to wear them once and regret it. The pinched toes, the stiff soles, the aching arches. But they looked great, so she told herself it was worth it. It wasn't. After 60, your feet deserve respect. No more blisters, sore arches, and aching knees just to wear shoes that aren't designed for comfort. The turning point came when Mary attended a wedding and decided to wear a gorgeous pair of high heels she had owned for years, but never really worn. Within an hour, she was miserable. By the end of the night, she was barefoot and regretting every step. That's when she made a promise to herself. No more uncomfortable shoes, ever. Now she invests in well-made, supportive shoes that actually feel good to walk in. Her new rule? If she can't walk in them for at least 2 hours without discomfort, they don't belong in her closet. And guess what? She never dreads putting on shoes anymore. So next time you're tempted by a sale, ask yourself, would I wear these for an entire afternoon without pain? If the answer is no, walk away. Your feet and your future self will thank you. 4. Bulk items I'll never finish. We've all done it. The giant jar of pickles, the industrial-sized bottle of ketchup, the 50-pack of batteries. Because bigger must be better, right? That's what Mary thought too, until she realized she was throwing away half of what she bought. Expired food? Half-used products. Things she thought she'd use but never did. It really hit her one day when she went to clean out her pantry and found a 3-year-old jar of mustard, a massive bag of rice that had gone stale, and 3 half-used bottles of lotion. She had bought them in bulk to save money, but in the end, she had wasted more than she saved. That's when she changed her shopping habits. Now, instead of buying the biggest option, she asked herself, will I actually finish this before it expires? She buys only what she needs, not what looks like the best deal. The result? Her cabinets are no longer stuffed, her fridge isn't overflowing, and she never has to throw out food she forgot she bought. No more stockpiling shampoo like she's opening a salon. No more buying 10-pound bags of flour when she barely bakes. And the best part? Her home feels lighter. Her grocery trips are simpler, and she's actually saving money without the waste. So before you grab that bulk pack, ask yourself, will I really use all of this before it goes bad? If the answer is no, put it back and choose a smaller size. Your pantry and your wallet will thank you. 5. Expensive anti-aging products that overpromise. Let's get one thing straight. Aging is a privilege, not a problem to fix. For years, Mary bought into the idea that if she just found the right cream, serum, or miracle treatment, she could erase wrinkles, tighten skin, and somehow turn back the clock. She spent hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on fancy jars of promises. A little collagen boost here, a peptide infusion there, and of course, the anti-aging serum that swore it would make her look 10 years younger overnight. But here's the thing, none of them worked. Sure, some of them felt luxurious or made her skin a little softer. But did they erase wrinkles? Number? Did they make her look 20 again? Absolutely not. One day, while sorting through her bathroom cabinet, she noticed half-used bottles of expensive creams, long-forgotten serums, and eye creams that claimed to work magic, but did nothing at all. That's when she had an epiphany. She had spent years chasing something that didn't exist. Now she keeps it simple. Instead of chasing miracle solutions, she focuses on what actually works. A good moisturizer to keep her skin hydrated. Sunscreen every single day to prevent damage. A healthy lifestyle. Good nutrition, staying active, and drinking water. Because no cream can replace taking care of yourself. And the best part? She no longer falls for marketing gimmicks that prey on insecurity. She's not fighting aging, she's embracing it. So before you spend another small fortune on a so-called miracle cream, ask yourself, is this actually worth the money? Or is it just good advertising? Because at the end of the day, confidence and self-care do more for your beauty than any overpriced jar ever will. 6. Home decor that just takes up space. Mary used to love decorating. Every time she went shopping, she'd pick up a cute little figurine, another set of throw pillows, or a framed quote that seemed inspiring at the time. And for a while, it was fun. She loved the idea of making her home warm and welcoming. But then one day, she looked around and realized something. Her house wasn't cozy, it was cluttered. There were too many knickknacks, too many mismatched decorations, too many things taking up space without adding real joy. The shelf in the living room was overflowing with random decorative objects she didn't even love. The coffee table was covered in trinkets that served no purpose. Her walls were filled with generic artwork that didn't actually mean anything to her. And instead of making her home feel warm, it just made everything feel crowded. That's when she made a decision. No more decorating just for the sake of filling space. She went through her home with fresh eyes. If something didn't have meaning, it had to go. Now, every piece she owns has a purpose or a memory attached to it. The ceramic vase, a gift from her best friend. The vintage clock, something she found on a trip that made her smile. The framed photo on her mantle, a reminder of a moment that truly mattered. The result? Her home feels open, calm, and truly hers. And now, when she shops, she doesn't buy something just because it looks nice on the shelf. She asks herself one simple question: do I truly love this, or am I just filling space? Because a home filled with meaning is always better than a home filled with stuff. 7. Books I'll never read. Mary loves books, always has. There's something magical about holding a new book in her hands, the crisp pages, the fresh smell of ink, the promise of a story waiting to unfold. But over the years, something changed. Instead of enjoying her books, she found herself collecting them. Stacks of unread novels sat on her bedside table, a row of half-started memoirs gathered dust on her bookshelf, and a few impulse-bought self-help books lay forgotten in a drawer. And every time she looked at them, she didn't feel excitement. She felt guilt for not reading them fast enough, guilt for spending money on books she never finished, guilt for letting her once joyful reading habit turn into another form of clutter. One day, after struggling to find space for yet another new book, she made a rule: one book in, one book out. She started borrowing from the library instead of buying. She swapped books with friends, and most importantly, she only purchased books she knew she would actually read. And guess what? Reading became enjoyable again. No more piles of unread books taunting her. No more wasted money on books she wasn't truly interested in. Now, when she picks up a book, she does it with excitement, not obligation. So before adding another book to your collection, ask yourself, is this a book I'll truly read, or just one I think I should read? If it's the latter, let it go. A book is only valuable if you actually turn its pages. 8. Cheap jewelry that falls apart. Mary used to love a good bargain. She'd spot a necklace at a department store for just a few dollars and think, why not? She'd pick up trendy earrings on sale, rings that looked fancy in the store, but turned her fingers green by the end of the week, and bracelets that fell apart before she had a chance to wear them twice. For years, she thought she was saving money, but after watching her cheap necklaces tarnish, break, and fall apart within months, she realized the truth. She was actually wasting money. That's when she made a change. Instead of filling her drawers with jewelry that didn't last, she started investing in a few high-quality pieces that stood the test of time. A simple gold necklace that went with everything. A pair of pearl earrings that made her feel elegant. A bracelet that had sentimental value, not just a low price tag. Now, instead of sorting through a tangled mess of cheap jewelry, she opens her drawer and immediately finds timeless favorites she loves wearing every day. And here's the best part. She no longer has to replace her jewelry every few months. What she buys now lasts. So before picking up another bargain accessory, ask yourself, is this really a deal? Or will I just be throwing it out in 6 months? Because sometimes buying less actually saves you more. 9. Cleaning products. that do the same thing. Mary always loved the feeling of a clean home, but somewhere along the way, she became convinced that every surface needed its own special cleaner. Glass cleaner for windows, wood polish for furniture, stainless steel spray for appliances, bathroom foam for sinks, tile cleaner for floors, a separate product for the shower, another one for the toilet. Her cleaning cabinet was packed with bottles, each one promising to make her home sparkle better than the last. Then one day, while reorganizing her supplies, she realized something. Most of these products did the exact same thing. She didn't need 5 different sprays for the kitchen. She didn't need 3 separate bottles for the bathroom. What she really needed? A few high-quality, multi-purpose cleaners that did the job without taking up half her storage space. So she simplified. Now, her cleaning routine is easier, cheaper, and faster. She saves money by not falling for the latest must-have product. She saves space by keeping only what she needs. And she saves time by not fumbling through a cluttered cabinet. And the best part? Her home is just as clean, if not cleaner, than before. So before buying another specialty cleaner, ask yourself, do I really need this? Or is it just clever marketing? Chances are, one good all-purpose cleaner can do the job of 5. 10. Impulse purchases that don't add value. This is the big one. The random stuff you buy just because it's on sale. Mary used to grab things just because they were a good deal. But a deal isn't a deal if you never use it. Now, she asks herself one question before buying anything. Will this truly add value to my life? And if the answer is no, she leaves it behind. Decluttering doesn't start with cleaning. It starts with what you bring into your home. So tell me, what's one thing you're going to stop buying after 60? Drop it in the comments. And if this helped, hit like, subscribe, and send this to a friend who needs a little nudge to stop buying things they'll never use. Because let's be honest, we've all been there.